Well, welcome to Rural Strong Live today, presented by Rural Strong Radio, our streaming 24/7 radio station playing agriculture programming and the best in traditional country music. You can find us at ruralstrongmedia.com and on the Live 365 streaming radio app. Well, the online farm equipment auction business is red hot these days, and the newest entrant into that arena is Buckner, Kentucky-based Fastline Marketing Group. They recently launched their first online auction, and here to talk about it is Fastline President Dean Bark and Director of Auctions Ted Shepman. And guys, welcome in.
Hey, great to be here, Brent. Thank you so much for having us.
Well, there can't be too many harder working folks in the agriculture industry right now than these guys in front of you and the team that's behind them that has been working feverishly to pull that all together. And I know that first auction is online now, but before we talk about it, bring us up to speed on the whole process of pulling this endeavor together, because it's been quite a journey.
Oh, it really has, Brent. I'll tell you what, it's a funny story, really. I mean, this thing really got started, I'd say, right around December of last year. Ted and I were out at a farm show in Nebraska, and we were just kind of kicking around the idea. He's got a lot of great experience in his past on the auction side of things, and kicking around the idea of how Fastline could get into the industry. How could we continue to better support our farmers as well as our equipment dealers? And after just kicking it around, it just made logical sense for us to kind of get into the auction space. That's kind of how the dream was started, I'd say, back in December. And then, when you get into the early phases of 2023, a lot of management meetings, a lot of discussions around how we could support this internally, from all different facets, from the IT side of things, from the marketing side of things, obviously from the sales side of things. And it's really come together so nicely. I mean, it's been a lot of work, as you mentioned, but nothing rewarding is easy, right, in life. So it's certainly been worth it. And it's certainly excited about getting to that first auction that's going to end here in a couple of weeks. So super pumped about it.
And I guess it should bear mentioning, hey, this is a company with a 45-year track record, and the bread and butter that has served the company so well over the years is not going away. This is just another facet for you guys.
Oh, you nailed it. I mean, you talk about being that integrated marketing solution for our customers or for our advertisers, right? You mentioned the print side of things, Brent. I mean, we've been in that line of work for about 45 years. We've got catalogs all across the United States to support our farmers. We have the largest and most engaged audience in our space. We have over 1 million farmers across the United States, right, that we can mail out those publications. We mail out about 3 million publications a year. So that's not going away. We've evolved over time, obviously, into the digital space as the industry has called and seeked more on digital marketing solutions over the last 4 or 5 years. We've really evolved, and we've spent most of our investment dollars on the digital space. We've got a full digital agency now. We can pretty much do any type of digital solution that you may be looking for out in the industry. So we've really evolved, and we just believe that auctions is just the next gradual step in that integrated omni-channel marketing solution and journey that we can provide the equipment dealers out there in our space. So just happy to support our farmers and happy to be involved in the auctions.
So, Ted, when we take a look at the formation of Fastline Auctions, tell us a little bit about what you feel like differentiates your endeavor from what's going on elsewhere in the marketplace.
Yeah. So, again, thank you for having us here this morning. This is a lot of fun. This whole process has been a lot of fun for me. It's I do have experience with other auction companies, seeing how they operate, seeing how things have flowed over time, just seeing how this whole online ag auction experience has changed. It's still changing over time, and it's come a long ways in the last few years. It's a lot more people, a lot more activity, a lot more bidders are engaged on online auctions. So it just makes sense for us to go this direction as well. It is the natural progression for us to have just one more thing to offer the farmer. I feel like, we've been a partner to them for 45 years, and we're excited to bring this on. We a few ways that we might look a little different, I guess, is our marketing abilities, our abilities to find the right audience, the exact people who are looking for a certain piece of equipment. I don't think there's anybody else in this industry that can do it like we do it, I guess, put it that way. We just, again, back to the 45 years of data, we know how farmers shop. We know what they're looking for. They're, we're somewhere in that 800,000 visitors a month. It's incredible to see them just keep coming back all the time, and it's just seems like the perfect fit for us to offer this.
So take us behind the scenes a little bit as you pull all this together, because I know you're looking for folks to help kind of shake the trees and find auction items, and you guys have searched far and wide and have pulled together a pretty nice selection here for this first auction.
Yeah, so we are definitely always looking for people who are interested in the ag auction industry to help us out. We, going into this first one, again, it was a lot of work, to be honest. We were a little under manpowered in some different areas, and so there was a lot of miles put on by a few people to get this pulled together, and we're very thankful for all those people that have helped us so far. But moving forward, the level of interest just keeps growing. The phone calls are increasing by the day. I look for each and every auction we have this year and into next year just to be larger and larger. So with that said, it's going to take a lot more people out and about helping pull this whole thing together.
So as you continue to build, what do folks need to know if they're interested in listing equipment?
Yeah, as far as listing equipment, it should, all our information is just right there on auctions.fastline.com, or you can go directly to fastline.com. We have our contact info is on there. Just reach out to us. We've got our email address, phone numbers are on there. It's a very, very simple process. You give us a call, email us. Within 48 hours, we'll have somebody at your place ready to go.
And also, what do buyers need to know if they're looking at getting involved here?
So the buyers need to know that everything sells unreserved. It's an absolute sale. Everything's going to sell. There is no buyer's fees. We don't feel like punishing anybody to bid on anything, so to speak. So just encourage them to shop away and know that it will sell. Everything is unreserved. We have good contacts with transportation companies. So need a little help getting something from state to state or however that might look, let us know. We'll get that set up for you as well.
Well, we showed in the open some of what's out there in the inventory. Give us a little rundown of some of the things that are hot right now.
Yeah, so we got some fun items here. I've been really excited about this 2021 Bobcat T770 ProCat 52 compact track loader. So to me, that's a skid steer. Right here in Kansas, we call them skid steers, but they're called different things in different areas.
You got to watch out, because if you were to call it a Bobcat or something like that, and I found out from experience, you'll get a cease and desist letter from the Bobcat Corporation. So you got to be careful with those things.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but I just love this little thing. It's a great addition to our auction. It's low hours. It's a great shape. I've seen it. I think that's going to be a really great item for somebody to take home. Second to that, I think, and not just second to that, but something else that stuck out to me is this 2018 Chevrolet. It's a 3500 four-wheel drive flatbed dually pickup. It's coming from Dawson Tire in Nebraska. I've seen this truck as well, and I tell you, it is good condition. It's higher miles, but you can tell those are highway miles. So a great farm truck for somebody to take home and put it right to work there. Go ahead, Brent.
Oh, I was just going to say, and kind of looking through it, running the gamut. I mean, you got everything from implements to zero-turn mowers and just about everything you need on the farm.
We do. We got a good variety, I think, on this first auction. And something also to pay attention to is this a lot of great items from Greenway John Deere out of Arkansas and Missouri. People might want to pay attention to that, because a lot of these, like mower decks and attachments, loader attachments, these are brand new items. These were overstocked items that did not sell in the last 2, 3, 4 years through COVID. They're still sitting there brand new in the crate. So that's a lot of good opportunities out there for the buyers.
And it seems like as other sellers catch on there, other dealerships, that could be a nice little revenue stream there.
I think so. It's just a lot of things there. They're a large organization, 35 locations, and they're doing a little cleanup, and this is great opportunity for anybody really. There's good mulching equipment on there that's never been used. Also, we've got a couple really nice smaller loader tractors, make great hay feed tractors through the wintertime. I think people ought to be paying attention to those as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That market is still red hot right now, and great place to find some deals there. Dean, as you look at this and you kind of see this vision all starting to come into focus here, how does that feel?
It feels fantastic. I mean, again, in order to be successful with something like this, Brent, as you know, you've got to have a great team behind you, right? So, having Ted lead the auction side of things with some of the support staff that we have, it's been a great start, and we've already got plans for the rest of the year to have about four more auctions the rest of 2023. So we're going to go every second Tuesday of the month, the rest of the year here as we move forward into September, October, November, December. Then, of course, we're going to have our big end of the year sale as well. So looking forward to what the rest of 2023 brings and well beyond as we move forward in this line of business for Fastline.
So that first auction went live a little over a week ago. Give us the important dates that folks need to know about these first two auctions.
Yeah, so bidding will close on August 1st. So we've got a little less than 2 weeks now for bidders to come in. People come in and register. It's an easy process. We don't require much for that. Yeah, you just as soon as you come to the page, you can easily register name, phone number, email address. We just invite you to come on in and bid. So going into the second auction, that will be on September 12th. And just a couple weeks before that, bidding will open for that auction as well around the end of August.
Excellent. And where do you see all this going in the long run?
So to me, it's I guess our minds have been all over the place the last few months as we put this together. We've been really, I guess, humbled by the fact of the support we're getting, the dealerships, the conversations we're having. A lot more farmers are starting to call. The interest is definitely there. I think a lot of that is we've made this as economical as we can. Obviously for the buyers with no fees, and also with the sellers. We pride ourselves in the fact that we're coming out with the lowest commission rates in the industry. Just again, wanting to add this service and be a provider of this to our faithful followers.
What kind of feedback have you gotten from folks as you put this together? Are there things out there that you didn't consider that surprise you or have given you direction as you kind of shape this thing?
Oh, of course. I mean, it's this is an ever evolving industry. So, even since we've started back in December, January, we've already made some changes that we didn't think we'd have to make or didn't see coming. And I think that's just how we grow, right? We're going to continue to evolve. Anytime we see anything that we can fix or make better, make it an easier process for the buyers and sellers, we're going to do it. We're going to be all over that. We intend to be a leader in this industry with all of our tactics, and we're very much looking forward to that.
Well, Dean, earlier, Ted mentioned kind of the COVID period there. As we get further and further away from what that looked like, give us kind of a snapshot of what the equipment market looks like, not just from auctions, but just in general.
Yeah, I mean, you've really seen over the last couple of years, all of those purchases and all the demand for the equipment has really started to kind of take shape, take form out in the Midwest, especially across the U.S. I mean, there's been much higher levels of inventory at a lot of our dealership locations right now. We've actually seen it on Fastline.com. I was looking at that yesterday. About this time last year, the amount of equipment that we had on Fastline.com compared to where it is today, it's 40% higher.
Wow.
With the equipment advertising on Fastline.com today than what it was at this time last year. So it just really shows the need out there, and the inventory is certainly there now.
Well, and again, if folks want to check it out for themselves, fastline.com or auctions.fastline.com. Before we get out of here, any last words, anything that folks need to know or focus on here?
I'd say come check us out. There's no doubt about it. We put a lot of time, a lot of effort into this. It's going to be successful. Two of the things that I think I would add that Ted didn't mention is just, again, the quality assurance that we have. We've got a top-notch quality assurance team. The quality of our pictures online are going to be second to none there. And then secondly is, as you know, Fastline, over 45 years, we're always going to be operating with integrity and honesty. So that's something else we're going to be able to bring to the equation. That's obviously very important to us.
Well, again, auctions.fastline.com is where you want to go. Check out the inventory that's already out there and be on the lookout for future auctions here throughout this year and into 2024. And Dean and Ted, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here. We look forward to catching up with you down the road and getting kind of a status report on where things go.
Absolutely, Brent. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we want to thank you so much for joining us today and invite you to subscribe to the Tractors and Troubadours podcast, where each week we bring you agriculture industry newsmakers, hot button industry issues, educational features, and the best in traditional country music. And the Tractors and Troubadours podcast can be found at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Deezer, Audible, Odyssey, the Samsung Free app, and Player.fm. A new episode launches each Friday, 52 weeks a year. So be sure to subscribe, leave us a rating and a comment, and share it on the socials so we can continue to reach as many as possible in rural America. We also invite you to listen to Rural Strong Radio. That's our 24/7 streaming radio station found at ruralstrongmedia.com or on the Live 365 streaming radio app. Each day, we're bringing you the best in traditional country music, Western swing, little bluegrass, little Southern rock, inspirational music, as well as our award-winning ag programming and trucking industry programming. Hey, and we're portable, so take us with you wherever you go. There's going to be a lot of long hours here coming up in the combine as we head into fall, and you're going to want to take us with you. So you got something to listen to. We're going to educate you, inform you, and entertain you. So come along for the ride again. Rural Strong Radio, found at ruralstrongmedia.com or on the Live 365 streaming radio app. And make sure you're plugged into all our socials: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, and now Threads. We are creating content for all of it, and we'd love for you to join us so you can stay plugged in. And a quick programming note before we get out of here. My friend Steve Marquardt and I will be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, for Fort Worth Musical Moments, where we introduce you to some of the folks making an impact in the Fort Worth, Texas music scene. Kurt Ryle, Steve Marquardt, and the gang are all down in the Smoky Mountains in Eastern Tennessee right now doing a writer's retreat. We're going to check in with those guys tomorrow. I understand it's been a very busy week, a very productive week. We're going to learn all about what they have been working on up there in the Great Smoky Mountains. Well, I tell you what, we're going to let these guys get back to work. They got a lot going on here as they continue to build the new Fastline auctions platform. Again, a special thank you to Ted Shepman and Dean Bark for joining us. And we'll be back with another episode of Rural Strong Live. For now, it's Brent Adams. Make it a great day, everybody. Thanks for joining us.